As November 2025 unfolded, a new conversation began to rise within the BTS fandom, one that blended excitement, curiosity, and concern. For months, ARMY had been quietly expecting Jungkook to embark on a large-scale solo tour. Rumors had circulated since early 2024, fueled by industry insiders, venue inquiries, and even subtle hints dropped during the promotions for Golden. While nothing had ever been confirmed by HYB or Big Hit Music, the sheer global demand for Jungkook's solo performances made the idea feel less like speculation and more like an inevitable chapter waiting to be written. His solo success had been extraordinary: chart-topping hits, massive global streaming numbers, record-breaking fashion campaigns, and a fanbase that only grew stronger despite his military hiatus. But something changed. The conversation that once centered around when Jungkook's solo tour would happen suddenly shifted toward whether it would happen at all. And the catalyst for this shift was something no one was surprised to see. BTS was coming back. Not just in fragments, not just through scattered updates, but as a full group. November 2025 brought new information, new reports, and new internal leaks suggesting that BTS had officially begun preparations for a massive 2026 comeback that included an album, a tour, and a full promotional cycle. And with that news, fans began to rethink everything they believed about Jungkook's solo plans. If BTS is getting ready as a group, then maybe Jungkook's tour has been pushed back. One ARMY wrote on an online forum. That single thought soon turned into a fandom-wide discussion. Before diving into why fans now believe the tour is delayed, it's important to revisit how the entire rumor started and why it had been taken seriously in the first place. The idea of a Jungkook solo tour didn't come out of nowhere. It grew naturally from his explosive solo success. His debut solo album Golden became one of the most streamed K-pop solo albums ever. Songs like 7, 3D, and Standing Next to You dominated global charts. Live performances during award shows and special events consistently trended. His collaboration with brands like Calvin Klein proved his immense international appeal. Industry professionals began discussing the possibility of a tour long before military service entered the picture. Several clues strengthened the rumor. Venue speculation: concert fans noticed that certain large-scale international venues had been soft-reserved for an unnamed global act in 2024 and 2025, a practice commonly done before negotiations become official. Choreography leaks: backup dancers posted cryptic messages about rehearsing for a dream project, which many fans connected to Jungkook's dance-heavy discography. Music producers hinting at extended arrangements. A few producers who contributed to Golden mentioned live tour mixes, raising even more speculation. Jungkook's own words during early Weverse lives in 2023 and 2024, Jungkook repeatedly said he wanted to meet fans around the world someday as a solo artist. Everything aligned: the demand, the clues, the talent, the timing. A solo tour seemed not only possible, but almost guaranteed. But then the military enlistments began, and everything changed. The timeline of BTS's military enlistment was always going to play a role in shaping any solo activities. Jungkook enlisted in December 2023, placing all future plans on hold. Although he remained one of the most discussed artists during his military service, any significant project, especially something as massive as a world tour, would need to wait until he returned. During enlistment, fans believed he would likely release music post-discharge. He might perform at award shows. Promo cycles would slowly resume. But even so, many ARMY expected that if a solo tour were in the works, it would only begin after BTS's contract obligations and comeback timelines became clearer. When Jungkook was discharged in 2025, the anticipation resurfaced. Fans waited for him to mention something, even a hint, during his first post-military live broadcast. But instead of talking about solo tours, Jungkook spoke primarily about missing the members, wanting to reunite as a group, preparing for team activities rather than individual ones. This shift in tone was subtle but noticeable. Still, fans held on to hope until November arrived. The turning point came during Jungkook's nearly 6-hour Weverse Live, a broadcast that immediately became one of the most discussed topics across social media platforms. The live stream was emotional, heartfelt, unfiltered, and deeply honest. Jungkook talked about Adjusting to civilian life after military service, feeling shy and awkward in front of the camera, missing performing, wanting to prioritize health and stability, and most importantly, looking forward to BTS's group activities. What he didn't talk about was equally important. He didn't mention solo tours, solo concerts, solo world promotions, or any plans that resembled a large personal project. Near the middle of the live stream, he even said, "Right now, I'm thinking more about the members and what we can do together." For many fans, this was the moment everything clicked. If BTS was preparing for a full comeback, it made perfect sense that HYB would shift all promotional weight toward the group. A Jungkook solo tour, even if the rumors were true, would have to be placed on hold. November 2025 brought another major bombshell. Reports across multiple entertainment outlets confirmed that BTS was in the early stages of preparing a 2026 group comeback, complete with a full album, music video production, promotional cycles, and a world tour. These reports aligned perfectly with Jungkook's own comments during his live broadcast. Fans quickly noticed several patterns HYB typically avoids. Overlapping major solo and group activities, a solo world tour would overshadow group preparations, or vice versa. A BTS comeback requires months of planning, recording, choreography, album production, rehearsals, and marketing can't be rushed. All members have returned from military service by 2025. This makes 2026 the first full year where a comeback is realistically possible. Commercially, group activities take priority. BTS is HYB's most valuable global act. A comeback is a once-in-a-generation event. Given all this, the conclusion felt unavoidable. A Jungkook solo tour might still happen, just not now. In the days following Jungkook's Weverse Live, fan communities across X, Reddit, Weverse, and Korean forums began connecting the dots. What started as scattered speculation quickly evolved into a unified narrative. Something about the solo tour didn't align with the new tone Jungkook was setting. Fans noticed several key shifts. Jungkook was speaking more about teamwork than individual plans. He repeatedly mentioned wanting to meet fans, together with the members. His energy seemed focused on group synergy rather than solo schedules. One Army on Reddit wrote, "If Jungkook had a tour planned, he would have at least hinted at it. He usually gets excited and lets things slip. But this time, he didn't say a single word. That means something." Another pointed out, HYB won't risk placing a solo tour right before the group comeback. It's not strategic. The timing doesn't work. Soon, international fans, Korean fans, and even casual listeners agreed. All signs pointed toward the solo tour being delayed. But the discussion didn't stop there. IT deepened. With online speculation rising, entertainment analysts and K-pop industry reporters began addressing the possibility. Some insiders speaking to Korean media noted that HYB had historically avoided overlapping major solo and group schedules. The mere existence of a BTS comeback timeline, they argued, would automatically shift all focus away from solo ventures. A Seoul-based entertainment reporter stated in a podcast, "A Jungkook solo tour is profitable, but a BTS comeback is historic. HYB won't divide the spotlight. Their strategy is always clear. Group first, then solo."